Let's take a look at some of this year's other Hollywood risk-takers. 127 Hours is based on the story of Aaron Ralston, the hiking and biking thrill-seeking maniac who almost died while climbing alone in Utah. Now, due to the nature of the story, the camera had to spend much of the time alone with James Franco. He's literally stuck between a rock and a hard place.
We kept saying to everybody, it's an action movie where the hero can't move. And that was to defy the limitations and the stillness of the situation, really.
Despite these challenges, Slumdog Millionaire director Danny Boyle successfully gives us a gripping, thrilling, and inspirational story. Not to mention James Franco's Oscar-worthy performance. That makes this one of the best movies of the year. All right, going from nature to high tech, how do you take a sci-fi movie from 1982, give a sequel in 2010, and make it all relevant?
Wouldn't that be something?
Taking on a cult classic such as Tron was an interesting risk, but Tron Legacy made a great choice by bringing back actor Jeff Bridges, this time with a lot of help from CGI.
We knew that, that this character could make or break, how people felt about this movie, and, it's a big burden. And we felt like we had the right team and the right approach.
Some risks pan out well, and in my book, that was the case this year with the haunting psychological thriller Shutter Island. Director Martin Scorsese again pairs up with Leonardo DiCaprio, who consequently continues to grow as an actor thanks to this ongoing collaboration.
It is a genre film. It's a throwback to those Hitchcockian thrillers from the past, but at the same time, it is a story of mental illness and human nature, and this island is symbolic of a lot more things.
Shutter Island is an intense, dark, challenging movie with many layers, which is what made it a risk, and regardless of the critics, it did score well with audiences. Shutter Island had a polarizing effect on viewers and critics, but I thought it was a daring and challenging surprise, which leads me to our next category. You know that feeling where you get all excited for a movie and it seems to have every element you're looking for, and then you actually see it and it just lets you down? Well, unfortunately, there were quite a few movies this year that, for me, just missed the mark. Due Date is directed by Todd Phillips, who also gave us The Hangover. It co-stars Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr.
I despise who you are at a cellular level. Okay, I've heard that before, and I'm trying to work on it.
Now, with this combination, I was expecting an instant comedy classic. However, this movie is no planes, trains, and automobiles. The storyline is painfully implausible, and although this movie is funny at times, I was really hoping it was going to be a whole lot funnier. I always have very high expectations for director Ridley Scott. When it comes to staging period piece action sequences, he is the master. But his new gritty version of Robin Hood, starring Russell Crowe, did lag at times under an extremely complicated plot that was a little too meandering for me.
The laws of this land enslave people to its king. A king who demands loyalty but offers nothing in return.
I was also let down this year by Dinner for Schmucks, an okay comedy with Steve Carell and Paul Rudd.
Where are you from?
We are from Switzerland.
Barry, you know what? We're going to focus on business right now.
Switzerland. I love Switzerland. It is one of my favorite countries. I love your army knives with the toothpicks.
Yes, Dinner for Schmucks does have its moments, but really, Steve Carell and Paul Rudd are two of the darn funniest guys around. There was nothing uniquely different about this movie from other comedies we've seen before.
You can do it. You got it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jim.
Finally, in 2010, I was the most underwhelmed by Cop Out. It's a very unfunny cop movie with flat performances from everyone involved.
So this guy's the biggest car thief in Brooklyn. Let's be careful.
I was really disappointed with this one. It doesn't feel at all like a Kevin Smith movie, and lame car crashes like that left it really lacking. Cop Out was a big fat fail that missed about every mark it was trying for, but if you're looking for a buddy cop movie from this year, I would recommend The Other Guys. Now, this was a movie that knew how to have fun with cliches without becoming one.